tonight to be the night. And the question will be asked, how can I sleep tonight? A very big game you have on your screen. Arsenal, the Emirates, will be playing against Paris Saint-Germain. And it's a game that I cannot wait to see how it would be going today, because Luis Enrique said we've learned all their set-piece style. And then trust me, today we'll have to get it all right. Arsenal will be doing it at home, but you know they've got the likes of Saka who can change the game, and then you see players who will be coming alive today. Now, it's a game road to Munich. And I'll tell you, you cannot imagine how it will go today. And Arsenal, like you already know, knows everything is at stake. And can I tell you, both sides are good enough to go, and they've never won the Champions League before. But can I quickly let you know some of the stats and some of the talks about this one? Neither Arsenal nor Paris Saint-Germain have ever won the UEFA Champions League, but the winner of the semi-final tie will get a shot at making history. Arsenal holds the first leg, and although they haven't reached the UEFA Champions League final since 2006, they are likely to fear facing the Paris Saint-Germain juggernaut in the last four after knocking Real Madrid out 5-1 on aggregate in the quarterfinal. Ending the near 20-year wait for Champions League talk after Arsenal realistic possibility of a Ghana side. We have to see Paris Saint-Germain also. They can lead the game. The same can be said for Paris Saint-Germain, who despite already winning the League on title, still have something to play for. They are really playing for a whole host of records. Those who went on to smoke on Friday, they want to get the result. And today, we'll be seeing how it would go. But what side would you say will get it right? Both managers are Spanish. Both managers are good to go. Both managers knows all it takes. They know how they can be on this very game. But at the Emirates, Arsenal play without Migueles. Some key players also not involved. But you know, Arsenal starts possible lineup. You already know just by the head. We'll have to see a player. Just the problem now is that man party. So possibly a Saliba, Jacob Kiwior, Migueles, Gabriel. You have to see Julian Timber, Ben White returns as well. Mikel Merino returns from injury. And then you have Masvis Kelly. But the problem now is what role will Declan Rice play? With Arsenal bringing the Declan Rice to play deep, because tonight there's no Thomas in the party. So there is no party playing the game today. And also we see Martin Odegaard, Saka, Gabriel Martinelli, and possibly Mikel Merino. But for the other side, they look to be very scary. Yeah, I must tell you. Paris Saint-Germain, good to go. If you see them, you fear them. They're just like a team that they can just hurt you at any time. They got Pacho, they got McKinnon, they got Nuno Mendes, they got Quarter to team, Desiree Doué, Kavichi Varaskelia, João Neves, Vitinha, Dembele you have on your screen. I mean, what? That's Varaskelia. You see, they are ready. They just touched Emirates yesterday. And these guys, like I rather said, Desiree Doué, they are ready to hurt Arsenal. But if you ask me, the better side gets to win the game. But I don't know what side will win the game. But it's a very big game that Arsenal will have to play out all they can. Don't forget, the last time Arsenal got to the final was 2006, that was 2006, you can say. And Arsenal knows that if they want to win tonight, they have to give it their all, and that's their very best. Can I tell you about players to watch? Bukayo Saka goal could be a great one for Arsenal. He closed his scoring when the both sides met, the first time in that very game. And also, can I tell you, Ousmane Dembele also needs one more Champions League contribution to equal the record for most goal involvement by Paris Saint-Germain player in a single edition, which includes 6 goals across their last 4 UCL road trips. Hot start tonight, I tell you. Arsenal have kept 9 clean sheets in their last 11 of the home games in the Champions League, and that's just what it is. So we wait to see how that goes, because I just think Arsenal, I don't know, but I have this feeling that Arsenal they might find a way out tonight. I don't know what the feeling will be, but they are good to go. They are not the better side, you could say, the last games played, but in the Champions League phase, you could say Paris Saint-Germain are good. But if you ask me, I'll tell you, it just might be a night for Arsenal. They need to win this very game. But for Paris Saint-Germain, they've got something to lose as well. Both sides, that's the good thing about the show, is that those teams playing today, none of them have been in the final before. They've been in the final, right? Thomas Tuchel, Arsenal, Barcelona, Bayern Munich. So Arsenal losing to Barcelona, Paris Saint-Germain losing to Bayern Munich. It works for me, but they've not won the Champions League before. But let's get to the talk now about Nigerian football and the NFF story right now. The Russian Football Union has announced venue for the highly anticipated friendly between the country, the senior men national team, the Super Eagles of Nigeria. The friendly, which is slated for Friday, June 6, will hold at the Lunzike Stadium, Moscow. It will be the first ever meeting between both countries at this level. To say, Russia last played at the ground on September 1, 2021, and also 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifying, match against Russia. Now, they played against Croatia at the FIFA World Cup. Don't forget they were the host in 2018. But can I tell you, the Super Eagles will take part in an invitational tournament, tagged Unity Cup, in May before the friendly with Russia, Black Stars of Ghana, Reggae Boys of Jamaica, and Soccer Warriors of Trinidad and Tobago will also participate in the very tourney. Nigeria's first games against internal rivals, Ghana at the GTEC Community Stadium, London on Wednesday, May 28. Now, before we get to the talk about more danger signals around Super Eagles London tourney, let's have the talk about Nigeria playing that friendly game in June. Now, it's a scary one, let's say it. If there's anything I must say on the show, it's the fact that no country, not only Nigeria, I don't know, we'll not say any country, now Russia won't go play. No country, as I say, we know the Russia invasion in Ukraine, we know the story, Ukraine, Russia, blah, 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 story. And I felt like the NFF should have not written for that match. Why Russia? I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, they are good to go. We saw them out of 2018, they hosted it. But why? We not see country who will go play. I'm liking the tourney, right? It makes sense. The GTEC tourney, talk about the Unity Cup, that's a great one in London. But that friendly match in Russia. Now, can I tell you, a lot of people are waiting to know if FIFA would have to put a fine or possibly a ban, I don't know, to Nigeria. Because one thing I know about the game is if a team is not on the right path, you're not supposed to have any connection with the very side. But we've seen Ukraine play at the Euros, at the European tournament, but it's Russian talk. So is Russia a better side to play against Nigeria, or is it Nigeria a good side to play against Russia? No doubt. Yes, I know we are good to go play against Russia, but I just feel like not be now. We still wait for that point deduction. We are waiting to see what happens for FIFA. That's still the body, Gianni Infantino, the Swiss Italian, to put that ultimate mark on the South African people to see that more just to get that point. More enter that, just command that 3 point, that 1-3, they may command that 3 minutes, give them 10. While we are waiting for this one, it's also sad, or it will be sad to see if Nigeria also reducts points. Might not be on this one, but banned. So I'm not saying, the NFF know better than I do. They know why they have fixed that game, but I would have just suggested, I would have loved to say, why do we want to play a Russian side? Why Russia? We'll not see, even if not Slovenia, we see more manage. Slovenia, Slovakia, Belarus, we go play them. Why Russia? Why are we playing Russia? Why? Okay. You might be asking questions. Is Russia a better side? Are they good enough? Are they cool to go? They are good. But my fear now is that team who they talk, say South Africa point deduction, blah, 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 blah. Say they go do like this, they go do like this. Say, now, what if we can't go play that match? Now, if I can't say like this. So I don't know. The talk is looking far from what you expect. But I would love to say Eric Chair also and the team should be very careful in the sense that they know that when you play against a Russian side, a team that is connected to, I don't want to say they had this issue, this war issue. I'm not talking like that. I would have loved us to play a very different side. But yes, the next one we have is that more danger signals around Super Eagles London tourney. And questions are asked, what side is good to play? Okay, we'll get you the Russian national team. So people they ask, say, all this Russia, they don't think we'll see them. We'll show you in Russia, for me, I know them. We'll show you now. We'll just go to Russia editorial. We'll show you just how it works. Now, for the Russian team, they got key players, they got quality team. They are not a bad side, but the Super Eagles have got more quality players than the Russians. Now, we'll just carry that. This and just show you now for editorial now. Now, come see now. See, this is the Russian set, this is the Nigerian set. So I think recently our last game we played with the white, and we had a normal green. But if Nigeria match go hold now green and red, then you go see. But let's show you. Let's bring you. Go to the Russian editorial. Then we'll have to bring you that one, so you see the way the Russian team are. They are good to go. Their name they be like all this Belarusian name, all this, all this. They get so kicky. Come let's say now. Say this is the Russian team you have on your screen. So are they good enough? Yes, time will tell. But quickly, let's go on the record that says, now according to report, besides the selection crisis that the Super Eagles will face due to the unavailability of top stars like Victor Osimhen and Ademola Lookman, players who will feature at the London Invitational Tournament will not be covered by insurance taken by FIFA, and the results from the four-nation Invitational game will have no bearing on the FIFA rankings. I would like to say this again so you hear me well. It be like a formality match. But Nigeria have a lot to lose. Not Nigeria, the players. Now, according to report, besides the selection crisis that the Super Eagles will face due to the unavailability of top stars. Osimhen will not be involved in this one. No Lookman. Players who will feature in the London International Tournament, or you could say Invitational Tournament, will not be covered by insurance taken by FIFA. And the result from the four-nation Invitational game will have no bearing on the FIFA ranking. So if you like, we'll go win all those matches. Nobody will see us. Now, this is because the Super Eagles match scheduled for May 27 against Ghana and 30th of May against Jamaica or Trinidad and Tobago will fall outside the FIFA international break, which is June 2 to 10. So because that game not enter that line, anybody will go break leg now, not concern FIFA. And this one self is scary. Some players want to be like, I don't want to come, I'm not involved, let me just stop, No. But it's a national call, and Eric Shaw knows what he's doing. But the implication of this very one is that the players injured during these matches in London will not be covered by FIFA insurance. So if you like, I don't talk about before, if anything do you now, you're not concerned FIFA. But let me tell you, an official disclosed that the players are at risk, as it will be the NFF and the tournament organizers who will now take up an insurance cover for them in the event of an injury. It will be a huge risk by the boys. Also, there won't be any points on this one for the FIFA ranking. Now, let me even say this. The NFF talk. Let me talk about the NFF. We've seen how we heard the story about late Christian Chukwu, 1980 Nations Cup winner. We know the story. We heard about players being old. We heard about players coming back and being, from the club side, they still owe them up to date. We've heard about players coming to say we've lost count of how much we're owed. Number one at Taribo West. But now, this one is about the Nigerian Football Federation. It's now their own talk. And they fear that part, they say the NFF and the tournament organizers will now take up the insurance. I don't know whether they even get that insurance, maybe the team, because people don't die and don't get insurance. Come say now, and me, when they ask me there, I don't even know whether they will fit one. Because the one where say people don't go to buy like this, some don't even die. Today they see the talk, say they owe them. Insurance for match, they say don't go. See, it's a good one to say that it will be London. Everybody don't go London, go play match. I know some of these players are playing the trade in the London side, but it's very risky. It's so risky because the chances for 4 senior players of the Nigerian side playing in the upcoming friendly game against Ghana at the 4-team tournament in England is looking very bleak. According to report, exclusively revealed that Nigeria will play their first game of the 4-team tournament, on the 29th of May against Ghana, a day after cutting razor, which will be Trinidad and Tobago or Jamaica. But the date for the game is too sudden for 4 key players on that team, who will at that time still be involved with their club side, raising the possibility of missing the game and probably the tournament. Now, top striker Victor Osimhen will play his last game of the season on the 1st of June, 2 days after the Super Eagles' first game of the tournament, meaning unless he's released by Galatasaray, he won't be available. His partner in attack, Ademola Lookman, also will play his last club game for the Lades at Atlanta on the 25th of May, 4 days before the start of the tournament, and the earliest he can arrive will be around 26th or 27th. In other words, the club also feels he should take the summer off and be fit for the next season, as he's currently battling to be at his best due to fitness issues associated with fatigue. Now, another man on the list is a fine boy, no pimple, goalkeeper Madiko Okoye of Udinese and Samuel Chikwueze of AC Milan are also said to be considered quitting the tournament due to club commitments. I like to say this, we would help ourselves. I'm not talking like that. Not be say, Osimhen not there, not me say we not go play. Lookman not there, not me say we not go play. Before I even continue, say, get what I even say, and I like him. Eric Chair, just a kind of reporter the other day, say, Eric Chair, they try to build one kind of team, maybe say they go play Boniface for front. Come for one side, play Lookman. No, Lookman not there. You can't play Moses Simon. Now, he's trying to get a duo that can play that 3 up front without the ones you know. Osimhen not there, not me say we not go fit play. But games like this are games that we want to see the manager give space, give the chance to those boys who are hungry to play for Nigeria. And if they do well, not be say you carry the cup because in a small tournament, you can't play, you can't drop them. No. If they do well, so I will be like precisely for them. If they do well, you carry them enter the team. Because I like to say it again, the Nigerian Football Federation, national team not be anybody own. Nobody papa get national team at the talk, and nobody papa get that national team. Just the best we just collect, put inside. So if these boys, I don't know who they want to call for now. We've seen that we heard news about Ogbu, we heard news about Mustafa Papadaniels. All of this story is good, but getting the right players for the job and why they fit in. It also will be interesting to see that at the end of the day, you call them up. Not be say you go call them now. When tournament don't come reach now, you can't go drop them. But I like what Eric Chell is doing. Eric Chell is my friend. You know why? I think he's trying to have his own team. The team Eric Chell has seen or he has met are already made team, and that's about Ego Avon's team. Now, like I want to say, he knows that the Super Eagles have got the quality, but he's still yet to get on that line because he said something on the press conference the other day. He said, the back line is my problem. The front line is not bad either. The midfield as well, cool to go. But that back line, I need to strengthen the back line. But when you want to strengthen the back line, it means you have to give some players opportunity. The Slavia Prague guy, Ogbu, is good to go. Adara Bioyo, he did beg us, say, me not call me, that Chelsea boy. Me not call him. Because I don't know, see, and what about Siri Desas? Let me even tell you, Siri Desas, you know, some say, according to what we heard, they said Eric Chell said he's in his 30s, but does that make any sense? It's not me to say. But even if you're in your 30s and you're scoring goal, top line football, not really top line in quotes, not the French Ligue 1, the Bundesliga, the Serie A, the Spanish La Liga, and the Premier League, but Rangers, he's their lead top scorer. He just broke the Taverniers record. Therefore, me, I always ask this question: what would I stand to gain if I play well at my club side and at the end of the day I'm not being called to the national team? Do you know what it takes for you to be playing well on the biggest stage, European tournament, and at the end of the day they don't call you? It means your country is not transparent. We not even the reason waiting those people they think, because now they call this, okay, now me and you hear the next story now. Ahmed Musa is set to return to the Super Eagles. Now this kind of story that they like, Abi. That's the man I'm talking about. That's Cyril Desas. He scored a lot of goals. He's got a record for himself. He's doing well in Scotland. Waiting make them know they call this boy. Even the last time they call him, they never to get a chance because they not to play well. You know me saying I'm not calling again. At the talker, say this national team, nobody papa get him. Give people opportunities. He's scoring goals. Okay, let me even tell you, in Nigeria now, our top 3 strikers who are doing well in the European scene. Should be now Europe be the best place, I mean, for football. Now, Osimhen is number 1, Aroko Diary number 2, Cyril Desas number 3. Why can we not see these guys get involved when the time is right? Aroko Diary now don't compete, I don't kind of corner, say because he's young, he's that. Cyril Desas they score goal. Yeah. Well, it's a Nigerian thing, that's the word. Now let's talk about the captain of the national team. I'd like to tell you this. I don't know how you want to talk on. You see Ekong. That captain Ekong they wear. If Musa come back any day, he will come out and gear. If Nigeria win World Cup, let me say Musa go come join flag, can't go Korean. But I tell you, Musa may get a recall to the Super Eagles after he was snubbed for the crucial 26 World Cup qualifiers against Rwanda, Zimbabwe, respectively, in March. And moving on, the most capped Super Eagles star is more likely to be listed for the London Invitational Tournament, which leads the high-profile friendly against Russia in Moscow on June 6. Ahmed Musa did not get a minute of action in the 2023 AFCON in Cote d'Ivoire in February 2024, but he has scored 18 goals in 110 appearances for the Super Eagles. Not bad. Now he's 32. Now, the 30-year-old forward Friday enhanced his chances for an invitational recall when he scored his 8th goal in the MPFL Canopilas to stop Rivers United 2-0 in the continuation of the domestic championship. Well, let me just say this before I talk about the lady. Ahmed Musa, nothing do and move, but I don't know why we know they help ourselves. It's always good you leave when the vision is high. The last time Nigeria won the Nations Cup was back in 2013. Aside the 2013 Nations Cup, we went to the World Cup in 2018. Alexi Wobi knows about the World Cup, he's been there. Wilfred Ndidi knows about the World Cup, Ekong knows about the World Cup. So these 3 guys, at least, they know it's in the World Cup. Then you see all those teams, all the Lookman, all the others ones, they don't know World Cup team. Now, so I can say 95% of the Super Eagles squad have not been in the World Cup. The last time for your go, we go for your airports. Now this one they helping for Bakia, so Qatar never to take. 2022 we not go. Now that aside, that being left out, I'm talking about Ahmed Musa. Left for me, in my opinion, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's not a good player. We've seen him at the World Cup play at a high level, scoring Argentina. Musa get a player we see with respect. But that thing when they do it for Nations Cup for Ivory Coast 2023, you see that sign was cool enough for him to have left. If now maybe Musa, I carry my bag, they run, come out. If my nigga, they fall goal and they move. What thing could make you see the nationality where they not they give respect? If they talk that, go say na Nigeria matter. See, Nigeria is the only country we say their captain, they don't invite them for match. They go play match, they don't go invite them. I mean, what is he waiting for? He's retire when innovation seems to be high. I felt, for me, immediately that Nations Cup just finished. Musa will just say, I don't play again, I retire. Musa still dey wait. Now, he don't from Turkey enter Kano Pillars. He's doing a great job there. I know he's invested a lot in the northern part of Nigeria. I know the fact where he's the salary free. I mean, money not be anything for that one based on football matter. EFCC take no security conscious. But I'm just saying, but Ahmed Musa, do we still need him in the national team? Yes, on the part of experience, but not be, not today necessary now. See, I always say, and I'm advocating for him, I said, if Nigeria make it to the World Cup, because I'm not on what if we eventually make it to the World Cup, it means that we might bring him. Now, one of the reasons why we're getting Musa involved is the fact that Musa knows he's been at the World Cup before. That leadership quality would work. It would pay off. But as we also like this now, not be Musa type we need. Not be say Musa. See, not say by the talk and I go blast at the talk. Not be say Musa not good. We not go say tomorrow and I say that presenter I say Musa is not good. No, Musa not a good player. I don't play in own time. I don't still reach 18 goals for 110 games. He's not bad for Nigerian player, and I'm the most cap player. Record just stand out. But he's the captain originally. But captain where they know they call, not be Lamba be that one. National team now list now. Richard go release list, no go call him. And if Richard call him, he not call him and I mean I go fight. Because if you ask me, Musa, go rest. Go rest. Now let's talk about the lady who we heard according to the report the story is she wants to be, I don't know. Let me even ask this question. Can a lady ever manage the Super Eagles? If you say lady, go bless her. Now lady should be. If I say woman, go bless her, don't they? No, sir. Can a lady, a woman, still gender. Can a woman manage the Super Eagles? That's the woman I'm talking about, Grace Towobola. She's a CAF and UEFA licensed football coach. Now, I'm not wait to. I go tell you now, even when people say she get low cut, now go see her. She's young. Even this picture was every day, I go say she not too advanced. We'll show you a picture. Now, young, when people say she did Obodo with all the things where she call all this, see the babe. Yeah, you see her. You see her. It makes sense. Not saying not fine. See her. She did with see her. That's how this lady is looking. She has a CAF and UEFA licensed football coaching record, who remains passionate about harnessing the power of sport for social change and development. Now, when I go tell you now, what she don't achieve, I can't say this one rich, but if you can't wake up now, can't you say they don't come out Eric Chef. Now, this lady won't coach us. I know, see her. My guy tell me say they're not going to respect her. I say, who tell you? But let me tell you, she's a thought leader in football matters, an advocate for gender equity in football, competent football coach, educational instructor, and also an astute sport manager. A Chevening scholar with MSc in sports coaching from the University of Central Lancashire, UCLAN. Also in Preston, United Kingdom, so she don't even travel. She don't get some kind of backup now. But as a female coach, Towobola is already breaking those barriers and empowering women to become football coaches in Nigeria, although a dedicated leadership program is ongoing. She's done that before. Now, in this encounter with journalists, the Oyo State-based coach raises public awareness about the challenges limiting girls and women football coaching roles and how public and private sectors funding in terms of support can help women coaches achieve their potentials. The lady you already saw some minutes ago, Grace Towobola, has become our quintessential role model, adored and courted by all the sundry because of her impact in the field of football, where she's gradually breaking the glass, selling and putting the gender bias against women coaches at bay. Her determination aside, Towobola's top-notch education received has further equipped her with the skills, knowledge, and technique to make a difference in male-dominated terrain, therefore becoming an independent and also resilient character. Petite and soft-spoken, that's the word. You call her petite. You don't say person they petite. You don't say too, sir. It's not petite, she's petite actually, yeah. But not be by that one, not be by waiting, not be by you be now, just now about what you get for you. Petite and soft-spoken, she speaks very well, she's eloquent enough, and obviously her appearance contradicts her intellectual prowess. And it may not be wrong if she's simply addressed as a smallish one with a giant intellectual acumen. She's focused, no doubt, but her consistency and unrelenting zeal to excel and conquer new heights is a proof that she's one of Nigerians' shining lights to watch in the field of football. Me, I go like Siamu. But Towobola is an agricultural economic graduate turned football coach. But how she's changing her career trajectory is thrilling, and ambition and nurtured at 12, which she later reawakened after her first degree. She know the rest too. Now, Grace, that's the name, who is fondly called CAF and UEFA licensed football coach. She serves an advisory role member for the Sustained Insight and Impact Initiative, a collaborative effort led by the International Olympic Committee, IOC. The woman get level. This lady get level. Now, the French Development Agency also talk about that's the AFD and Paris 2024 True Sport Impact, where she contributes to identifying and funding groundbreaking sports initiative. Now, let me talk about her just in a bit. If you ask me, why am I giving her the support? I'm liking it. It's like giving back initiative for me. I like to talk about people like this because she's living her dream, actually. Like, when you talk about her discipline in school, not anywhere connected to sport world, but it was a decision. It was about life. She was decisive. That's why they tell people, don't say, I want to be this. Now you go start to the build down. You must be decisive in life, and that's what she has done. Now, I like the part where she's advocating for women. When again, what I will talk about, and for best to go for YouTube comment, because they talk, say, make you first go manage the women, this thing, but not to say she's going to manage Super Eagles tomorrow, no. But I like what she's doing. It's about your expertise, what you've gotten away from home. You're bringing it back to Nigeria to advance our football structure. It works. If now they hear the license, where she just get for herself. Now, don't say, yeah, this one not be small picking. She don't already did. She don't deep inside this matter. See school where she don't go. She don't already acquire. But person not by school. But, can I even tell you, one of these, our MPFL coaches, that's the word, our coaches in the MPFL, I would like to say, some of them have not advanced themselves. You want to be coach for Nigeria, B? You want to be this one? Another thing of good mother they get is your ball. That's not a good mother day. You know his story. The Remo Star coach, the Super Eagles assistant coach, you know what he has? At some point, he was sent abroad to go learn some of this traits. Now, you don't just say I'll be coach. Now, that man they talk, see there, I'm a coach, you are relaxed. Tomorrow, they don't call you, they don't give you work with the shout. You need to see, that backup is like, it's an edge, that's the word. Now, edge. So you don't get FIFA this license. Players, they do them. They do them now. This, I want you, they suspect her because I want you, they always just do, never to tell like this. I want you to go carry 3 boys connected with Kwara State government, send 3 boys, go Nottingham Forest for 2 weeks trial. That's big. Now, in other words, it shows that trait in him, that attribute. Maybe I wonder you won't be agent tomorrow. It's what it is. So I'm liking the part where you've lived your dream, you've achieved what you need to acquire. Then at the same time, you see they try to help the younger ones, not so bad like that, but it's just what it is. But we're going on a quick break. When we return, the show continues. But we'll not just leave it like that. We're going to show you how Paris Saint-Germain boys still they enter. Because tonight, question we're going to ask, say, Kiziki, how can I sleep tonight? It will be us now at the Emirates welcoming Paris Saint-Germain. It will be the Spanish R-Class, Mikel Arteta against Unai Emery. Please don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We'll be back shortly. Okay, welcome back. Yes, welcome back. Quickly, I would like to go to the comment section. I'm seeing this one. My friend is already there. Balance is there waiting. Balance, you know, so I'll come to you now. He's saying South Africa waiting for Super Eagles 4. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? We don't talk about your team here. Nobody cares, really. Okay, and also, Segodi Rametse, I hope I got the name Rametse. I guess it's South African as well. He said, you Nigerians, we don't even think about your football, not what? Okay, your football, okay, we don't think about your football, you're not a threat to us, okay? And also, Selo Mabina, I feel like I'm having South Africans on the show today. She's LOL, that's okay, laughing out loud. And also, Dare to Dream is saying, Nigeria is not a threat to South Africa because South Africa only fields ineligible player. I don't understand what you mean, but I'd like to get it right on that very one. But Nigeria, South Africa, that talk, really, It's Nigerians. I mean, the Super Eagles, are they not straight to Bafana? It got me stuttering because the way we've seen the last, the last tournament, the South African side were very good enough, but Nigeria now reached final. I see them. They are good to go. I respect them. Most of their players ply the trade at the PSL. Their Melody Sundown, that club side, I respect a lot. They have the Chippa, the Kaizer Chiefs, big Orlando Pirates, good club side in South Africa. And I must tell you, I'm liking their league phase. Not beside I talk, it's like I'm exaggerating it. Their league is far better than the Nigerian Super Eagles or Nigerian league, that's the word. South Africa have a very better league, have a very wonderful and amazing league, the PSL, than the NPFL. But on the part where questioner asks, they are no threats to us. That's what Segodi is saying. Segodi, are you sure about this? I feel like I should open the phone line so I can have a chit-chat with you so you can tell me more about this. Are you really saying that South Africans are not scared of Nigeria? And how far has this been? Has this been an evergreen talk? Or is it just a recent thing about the way Super Eagles are trying to, transition themselves and the rest of that? How good is the South African team? They are not bad. Even when Nigeria beat them, Nigeria do like this now. Nigeria played against South Africa. We saw what happened at the penalties and the rest of that. They got quality team, but it's still on that point where Nigerians are waiting to see point deduction for South Africa. But okay, yes, balance. Let's talk about this. Balance and Sekodi and also Selo Mabina, who I feel, I think Sekodi Ramete is a South African, Balance is South African. Selo Mabina, I don't know where you're from, but I would love to know. Your name sounds South Africa. Let me even ask you now. This one is me and you now. I'm asking you now. Why did you people field in an ineligible player, Teboho Mokoena? Why not do that thing? And you are now saying, I like to use the word people because I'm in Nigeria. Don't get me wrong. I'm not being sentimental. I'm just saying, right? I'm not messing around. I'm just playing. But we now heard that South Africa, the media are now waiting and saying Nigeria is the only team that is wanting to see this band. Nigeria is the only team that want to see this. We want to see. Don't be say we want to see. Nigeria won't go World Cup. But someone told me aside that route, Nigeria can still be at the World Cup. Do you think so? But for South Africa saying they are not scared of Nigeria, that is what the Super Eagles have done to themselves. Because I know, I'm not trying to exaggerate it, I know what I'm saying. The Super Eagles of Nigeria happen to be a very big side. It's not about the names that we have. It's not about the Lookman, the Moses Simon, Josime. They are a very big side. Even on paper, Nigeria is a very better side on the football shelves to compare to South Africa. No disrespect. But you heard me say it on the show that I respect the South African League. See, what I do on the show, I'm just transparent. I'm cool enough to say it the way it is. If anything goes wrong, I have to say it. If it goes right, why not? If it's white, it's white. If it's black, it's black. And then you don't have to change the color of that very well. But I tell you, let's see how that pans out for the South African people. They are good to go. But can I even say it? Let me even sound it. Let me say it. I'm a Nigerian, yeah? But I'll tell you, if there's any team that deserves to be at the World Cup in that group, if there's any team that deserves to be at the World Cup in that group by hard work, dividends, evidence has proven it, it should be the South African people. And you know why? Aside the Teboho Mokoena scenario against Lesotho, the point deduction, which we are still waiting to see what FIFA do about that or does about that. Let me even tell you, they got a good manager, Hugo Bros. Now he's been able to manage this guy, versatile. They got a quality team. They've worked so hard to get to that number. Don't be saying it's not just like they came in and they just started. They worked so hard. South African side is not going to a transitional phase. Now I must tell you, the Pesaro coach, former coach of Nigeria, the Portuguese, when he left, Iguavon, they brought in Finidi, he was not able to live up to the game. Iguavon came in. You could see the change. The Nigerian team was shaky. And it still looks shaky. So it's a whole lot of job for Eric Chell. But you cannot compare with Hugo Bros. Hugo Bros now, the coach of South African side, knows he has a better side. Now, having a better side is not about the names. Don't get me wrong. The game is clear. If you have a team, so I have a team, and Nigeria has got quality, but South Africa have got a team. Nigeria have a quality team. When I mean quality team, by players, individual performance, name them out, you can be picked out. But you see South Africa, they get teamwork. Can I even tell you, Rwanda have a better team than Nigeria now. When Nigeria reach that level, I will tell you, for now, we are still on that transitioning process. Nigeria has not still gotten it right the way they want it. That's the reason why they got in Eric Chell. And like I already said, that was not the coach. That was not the coach that we were promised. But regardless, we are making do with what we have. Do I like him? Yes, I'm a very big fan of Eric Chell. The Franco-Malian is my friend. I like him. I believe he can turn the table around. But I think the greatest fear or the greatest undoing right now is Nigeria going to play in South Africa. But you know what? You need to win Rwanda first before you go to South Africa to play. And guess what? When you go to South Africa, you're not playing against just the players. You're playing against the home fans. And that's why Nigeria, they pray, may they deduct that point. Because now South Africa be like the standing block, where you stand, they block. Now, if you look at the group very well, you understand that Nigeria is number 4 on the pecking order, the radar. You check it out. You see South Africa, you see Rwanda, Benin Republic, 8 points. They trail. Super Eagles also trail as well. But why is it the Super Eagles of Nigeria? Why is it that Nigeria carry the matter for head like antenna? Why is it Nigeria? Why is it the Super Eagles that are having sleepless now? Why is it Nigeria that are waiting for that point deduction more? It feels like we need it more because that's a fear for the South Africa. So if I'm seeing comments like Sekoli Rametse saying, you Nigerians, we don't even think about your football, you're not a threat to us. I'm not going to blame him. I will not blame him. Because it's how far we've come. If we have been doing this so right, on a very good day, you now know now. South Africa knows that you now know. See, Nigeria, South Africa have always gotten this rivalry talk. I don't say Ghana, oh, now West African connection, but you know Tyler now, that girl, let's sing Water. You know that song, Make Me Swear. You know that song, Make Me Well. You know that? We know when that song will come out. Nigerian music industry change like this. That's the banter. I mean, that's the fun of the entertainment world. But on the game of football, the greatest fear is that can Nigeria get the result in South Africa? The last time South Africa visited Nigeria, they scored first, Seth. They scored right under the nose of Nigerians at the Godswill Aquabi International Stadium, Uyo, which happens to be the best stadium we ever have. Only that stadium, maybe that's in a bad luck. That stadium now we all get. At this point, I begin to say, let them even change. Now, no disrespect, we have other stadium, but FIFA standard, facility-wise, you want to go South Africa, maybe they carry you, go somewhere, maybe they go change and they get stadium there. Want to win. I like what the coach is doing. He will take it beat by beat. Nigeria will have to beat Rwanda first. But you know it's so bad when your destiny does not lie in your hands. That's how bad it is. They lost it. So possibly they're waiting for the Intercontinental playoff, and how well are they? Nigeria point is still not big to talk about. But quickly, before I get to the next phase, let me look at this comment. I just want to say, Kizzy, I beg to differ with you. South Africa doesn't have a depth to quality. Have a depth to qualify out of the World Cup group in 2026. Okay, that's about dare to dream. I don't know. I hope you. I'm not going contrary. Just what I meant is this. I'm not saying. You said you beg to differ. South Africa doesn't have the depth to qualify. No, not about the depth. I'm talking about what team has put in the hard work. It isn't a small team. Do you know what it took for them to dare to dream? I'm saying to you now. Do you know what it took for the South Africans to be on that position? The only wrong thing they've done is about Towobola Mokwena. Let's be sincere. So I feel like I'm not saying Nigeria has got quality, good team that can play at the World Cup. But my point is, get me right. Here, Rwanda, Lesotho, South Africa. You're asking me what Benin Republic, what side has done well enough? They didn't just get those results. Like it wasn't a cheap one for them. They worked so hard. So that was my point. I said, if you ask me what side have done enough, is good to go by hard work. I mean, why not South Africa? If Nigeria they do it and I'm good, if it may not see you in a position. All right, so let's talk about some of the Super Eagles news again. And quickly, I tell you this, you need to know. So let's talk about this. From Napoli, let's talk about Super Eagles forward on fire in Europe. So you see why I'm always advocating for success. Let's talk about the number one man who I know. My man, what's his name? Sekoli Rametse, Balance, and also Selo Mabina. If you don't talk about Nigerians, but you should talk about Victor Osimhen, I'm so sure. Now let's talk about Victor Osimhen from Napoli to Galatasaray. Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen set to rewrite his own history. Victor Osimhen is on the brink of matching a career-defining achievement as he continues his sensational season with Galatasaray. The 26-year-old Nigerian striker has equaled his best scoring ever season, underlining his growing stature as one of world football elite forward. Osimhen's most prolific season came in 2022-23 season when he scored 31 goals across 39 official matches for Napoli, powering the Italian side to a historic Serie A title. Now leading the scoring chart in the Turkish Super League with 22 goals, he has already amassed 31 goals in 36 appearances across all competitions this season. That man you have on your screen is on fire. He's great to watch. Outstanding player. The consistency and adaptability and also the adaptability, Osimhen has demonstrated self-recognition. Transitioning from the Serie A to the Super League is not a guaranteed success for every player, but Osimhen has made the move look seamless. His pace, his physicality, and his letter finishing have not only thrilled Galatasaray fans, but also reinforced his reputation across Europe. Beyond personal accolades, Victor Osimhen's performance have been instrumental in Galatasaray title charge. His goals have often been decisive, and his presence has elevated the team attacking play, creating space and opportunities for teammates. For a club with ambition, both domestically and in Europe, Victor Osimhen's impact cannot be overstated. Whether he remains in Istanbul or moves on to another major league this summer, Victor Osimhen has shown he is a game changer. As Galatasaray head into the final stretch of the season, all eyes will be on the man you have on your screen. Osimhen, the play ball. Officially, I tell you, this season has been his best ever. But the broader narrative is clear. Victor Osimhen is not just meeting expectations, he is redefining them. The Super Eagles striker followed up on goal and assist that lifted Galatasaray to the Turkish Cup final by only getting on the score sheet for his club to smash past Yunusspor 5-1 in the league phase. Now, I tell you, the big win on the road maintains a 5-point gap between the table toppers Galatasaray and second place Fenerbahce as the title race continues. Osimhen has now scored 31 goals and made 7 assists across the competition for Galatasaray, and he heads the goal race in the Super League with 22 goals. He is now just 4 goals shy of becoming the most prolific foreign star in Turkey. I feel like he's not being talked about well. I wish he was. I don't want to say I wish he was in Nigeria. If not be Nigeria, I don't know if it's a Nigerian thing that's blocking the accolades. If this guy was a British, you know, that's a man who has gone to conquer the world. He's gone out to show the world that, yes, I'm Victor Osimhen, I'm good to go. And at this point in time, you begin to say, is Osimhen good enough? 36 games, 31 goals, 7 assists. In other words, let's say Osimhen has got 38 goals and assists in 36 games for Galatasaray. And that's good for Victor Osimhen. And also, Tolu Arokodare is another man on the list. Can we talk about Arokodare in a bit? Okay, Arokodare is also in the news. But we go, he's got a record for himself. The new Super Eagles striker fired his 20th goal of the season in Belgium after he grabbed the late equalizer at Antwerp at Genk, salvaged a 1-1 draw in the championship of that very game. But aside that very man, who else do we have there? Arokodare is on fire. He will certainly hope to catch on his impressive tally of goals with a transfer to Major League amid rumors, interest in Bundesliga champion. Okay, it feels like his streaming is done here. Okay, and quickly let's talk about the last man I have on the list before I tell about Arokodare, Cyril Deza. The striker got his 13th goal in the Scottish Premier League this season, and that has made that man a hard-working player to look out for. But tomorrow on the show, we continue when I return right here for the Sports Republic show. We have a lot to talk about, but please, I beg you, make sure you see the games tonight. Where Arsenal will welcoming Paris Saint-Germain. I remain your host. My name is Kitty K, and I'd like to say this, I am the only football player without a jersey. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Please be safe out there.
To know the happenings in the maritime sector,